All content and material used in this video are for purposes of review and commentary under terms of fair use. Also, the following views expressed in this video are of personal opinion. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, and also spoilers. Well, that doesn't really matter.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to StormKing Final Impressions of Winter 2012 Animes. Let's get started with the Winter 2012 Anime Montage. First up on my list is Amagami SS Plus. Now, overall, I really enjoyed Amagami SS Plus. Mostly because of the fact that my favorite character, I got to see her again. Nagasaki! Aye! Yes! Nagasaki! Anyways, more so to the point. Now, the reason why I enjoyed Amagami SS Plus was that rather than doing, say, extra episodes or omake episodes or funny episodes, you know, something that isn't really in tune with, say, the overall Amagami plotline or feel, whatever, it's more like, which events in the visual novel did we not include in the first season of the anime? Alright, we did include, you know, say, Kaoru and Tachibana's screwed up date vacation thing in which, you know, they sort of screwed up a little, and by a little I mean a lot. Or say, Tachibana and Nanasaki's, you know, screwed up Christmas plans because Tachibana sucks at school. Or ITG and Tachibana's student council jealousy episode because, well, that's ITG and what do you expect? But overall, I enjoyed Amagami SS Plus because it was a fun anime and I had a favorite character. So that's why I do recommend the second season if you watched the first season. And if you didn't, try out the first season, pick a favorite character, and see if you want to check out the second season. Next up, Nattsu de Matteru, or Waiting in the Summer. Now, I enjoyed Nattsu de Matteru because, well, if you enjoyed Onegai Teacher and Onegai Twins, you'll like Nattsu de Matteru, otherwise known as Onegai Senpai. Now, what did I really like about Natsu? It's basically, like with the Onegai Teacher or Onegai series, it has a really attractive opening and ending. I mean, the music is really well done. Well, the opening and the endings, because that's the really attractive parts for the Onegai series. And the voice acting was quite well done. And other than that, well, it's a fun kickback, you know, silly, awkward, romantic comedy anime. And with that said, there's so many leads, so many hints and leadbacks from Natsu de Matteru to, like, the Onegai series. You know, Lemon, Ichigo, hello, and a certain teacher having a voice bit at the end. So, with that said, I really enjoyed Natsu de Matteru. I do recommend it, and if you do watch it, I do suggest watching the Onegai series beforehand, before watching Natsu de Matteru, because it's just like, it's sort of a fan service kind of anime, while still trying to be a standalone anime on its own. Natsu de Matteru. Next up, Another. Now, overall, I really enjoyed Another, and first off, I gotta applaud PA Works for doing it again, for giving me another decent, but more so good anime that I enjoyed. You know, first up it was True Tears, and then now it's Another, and I really enjoyed it. So, overall, again, Another, I enjoyed it because the voice acting was excellent. The music, which was done by Ali Project, the opening, was well done. I really enjoyed it. The ending, not so much, because I much rather preferred the opening, which was, you know, more my style. And the atmosphere. Oh my goodness! The atmosphere was well done. This mystery, drama, suspense, thriller kind of atmosphere of what's going on? Why is nobody answering my questions? How am I supposed to, you know what's going on if you guys don't explain anything to me? I'm just guessing here. Is that person a ghost or not? But if there's any drawbacks to Another, is that it sort of became a gore fest in a way. It did get a bit gory, like in, let's say, comparison to the manga or the light novel, which did have some gore, but not to the cranked up levels of the anime, which was sort of, but not really a drawback, but man, whatever, I don't really care. It was, eh. But yes, for the next minute, I'm gonna, suggest you guys turn it off if you don't want to know, because this is sort of a spoiler. For those of you who don't know, and I'll answer it, why is Mikami Reiko the extra? And, why does she look so different? Why does she look so different from aunt mode to teacher mode? Mikami Reiko is Sakakibara Koichi's aunt. Now, this is explained more in the light novels and the manga. Basically, it's sort of overall in the most fast explanation ever possible, which is Koichi wanted to see his mom, Reiko died a couple years back, Koichi really wanted to see his mom, and then all of a sudden, ghost reappear, death, blah, extra student is you, but you're not really an extra student, you're an extra teacher, but you were sort of a student, and then technicality, causality, and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Koichi wanted to see his mom, and that's why. That's the best explanation that I can give. It's basically because Koichi wanted to see his mom that the evil spirits decided to emanate as Reiko/mom. So, yeah, overall, I really enjoyed another, and I do recommend checking this anime out, and also do check out the manga and the light novels, because there's some certain characters that we do like that don't, bite the dust, and Darwinism, another. Next up, Black Rock Shooter, the TV series. Now, for Black Rock Shooter, it was overall mixed for myself. Yes, mixed. There are some aspects that I did like, and there are some aspects that I didn't like, and I was just sort of questioning and saying, what? And it was bad at times. Now, what did I like about Black Rock Shooter? Graphically and visually, the animation to Black Rock Shooter was really, really excellent. I totally love this checkered black and white with sometimes blue kind of world. What's up with this giant Rubik's Cube kind of world? What's up with that world with the piles and mountains of skulls? That's metal. But anyways, it was really cool, and the battle scenes were over the top. Giant guns, swords, scythes, and claws, and crawling machines kind of battles. It was really, really cool. What I didn't like about Black Rock Shooter was that, it didn't really head anywhere. It was just like, and especially the drama was, I know there's drama in middle schools, but that drama was sort of like over the top, unnecessary kind of drama. And the characters were sort of not really relatable and not really that entertaining. Yes, let's say that. Not really entertaining or not really just engaging. So, overall, do I recommend Black Rock Shooter? Yes, it's cool to check it out. No for me, Black Rock Shooter. Next up, Brave 10. And there's really nothing much I can say about Brave 10. There's really nothing much that I can say. It's a stereotypical shonen anime about Sanada Yukimura. And it's just like, what more do you want me to say? It's just a shonen anime. I mean, the action scenes were cool. The music was not bad. I liked the ending. The opening was meh, but I definitely liked the ending. And, you have Ono Daisuke, Sato Rina, Asakawa Yu, all the cool voice actors in there. But, other than that, what more do you want me to say about a shonen anime? Either you like it or you don't. Okay, wait, a shonen anime that has ninjas, samurais, and all this over-the-top action. So, what more do you want me to say about Brave 10? Overall, do I recommend it? Sure. If you're a pro shonen, of course you're gonna watch this. Otherwise, if you're curious about, Brave 10 in its aspects about Sanada Yukimura, I do suggest check it out. Otherwise, well, you could always read the actual book about Sanada Yukimura. I'd do it. Actually, I think I did once. But anyways, Brave 10. Next up, Guilty Crown. Now, this is a follow-up to my Final Impressions Guilty Crown video. Now, there's some extra stuff that I want to say right here, right now, for you, the audience. What I think that could have made Guilty Crown a little bit better, or could have saved it and made it much more than just a decent anime series, is that, you know, if they made it 25 eps, if they made it 25 episodes rather than 22 episodes, they could have, you know, saved the series and make it a really better series, you know, a more good series rather than just a decent series. And yes, you fan people, I also like Inori as well. I'm part of the Inori group. But just because Inori is awesome does not save the series. You cannot justify Inori as a character, as her shy girl awesomeness and cuteness will save Guilty Crown. No! It does not! Rage is down. But anyways, Guilty Crown, it could have been good, but it turned out to be decent. Watch my final impressions for Guilty Crown, and yeah, that's about it that I can say about Guilty Crown. I do recommend checking it out, and Guilty Crown.
The next segment contains adult material, and is inadvisable for those of you under the age of 18. I'll give a quick moment for those to skip to the next part of this video if they wish to do so. Okay, for those of you who remain, you've been warned. Also be prepared for extreme fangasms.
Next up, High School DxD. What did I like about High School DxD? Everything! Everything! Oh my god, High School DxD became an anime, yes! Calm myself down. Calm myself down. I'm reviewing for people. Now, what did I like exactly about High School DxD? Let's see. The voice acting was absolutely astounding. I mean, you have voices such as Kaji Yuki, Hikasa Yoko, Taketatsu Ayana, Shizuka Ito, and Asakura Azumi, the voice of Yukihiro from The Idolmaster. The animation was quite revealing and spicy. Yes, let's say that. Revealing and spicy. The music was absolutely amazing. The background music always had this aristocratic feel to it. The opening was very serious J-pop. You know, a more serious tone of J-pop. Very awesome. Done by Larval Stage Planning. Yes, Larval Stage Planning. And the ending was a very cheerful, upbeat that I would also groove to kind of beat. And the ending that came with the music was quite positive as well. Moving on. Now, what else did I like about High School DxD? Well, it gave a very good first impressions. I mean, it's one of the few animes that actually can properly, in a way, give a good first impressions. Like, Guilty Crown gave a very good first impressions. High School DxD, surprisingly, actually gave a very good initial impressions. I'm like, first episode in, it's just like, you know, despite the fact that I know High School DxD, the light novel, if I was some random guy to come in from some side angle and I was actually interested in this kind of genre of anime, I'd actually be surprised and taken away that this was a very good initial impressions. And other than that, you know, there's some fanboy aspect of me saying, hey, Rias's group was not supposed to be the student council president and her group until after the second volume, until after she beat FedEx and yada 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 blah blah blah. Otaku fanboy obsession, that is me. So, overall, would I recommend High School DxD? Yes! Well, the anime it's for some people, and then it's not for some other people. But I do recommend checking it out because it's a guilty pleasure fun anime. I mean, there's not much else I can say about it. It's guilty pleasure. And if you can, read the light novels. Oh my god, read the light novels. High School DxD, yes! high school TD! Next up, Boku SS. Now, overall, I enjoyed Boku SS because I totally love this concept of you have all these people living in this one mansion, but these people are not as they seem. Because these people are all descendants from a demonic line. Not demonic as in evil, but demonic as a genetic trait. And each of them have their own kind of special and unique powers that they inherited. One becomes ogres with a giant naginata, or one becomes a giant skeleton-like lich thing, if you play D&D and know what a lich is. Or one becomes the brave, the excellent, and strong Tanuki. I love you too, Watanuki. Now, the voice acting was quite well done. The music was also excellent. And the character dialogue between, each and every character felt very natural. It was always naturally awkward, but natural nonetheless because of Ridicchio. Because, I love Ridicchio as a character. She's totally awesome. Despite her sharp tongue, she's a very lovable girl. And the animation was standard. It was standard good, but it's animation nowadays. It's bound to be good. So overall, I do recommend checking out Boku SS, the anime, and if possible, check out the manga, Boku SS. Next up, Mirai Nikki, the Future Diary. Now, overall, I do recommend checking out Mirai Nikki because it is a good anime per se. The music was well done, the voice acting was also excellent, and the animation did a good job, a damn good job, in scaring the crap out of me at times. Thanks, Gasai, watch episode 3 at 1 in the morning, have work the next day, or in a couple hours, peek through the mail slot, good night. And it's just like, thanks. And, in my opinion, there's one aspect of Mirai Nikki the anime which makes it better than the manga. In that, for each and every one of the diary users, they always provided an extra scene. And these extra scenes always provided background information that the manga didn't show. And it's because of this that, by explaining the backgrounds to each and every one of the diary users, and it makes the anime almost better than the manga. Or if not, the anime is better than the manga. If not for a certain aspect, there is one thing that the anime did that, the manga didn't. In that the anime just cut off to the ending, and that's it. While the manga has like 1-2 more scenes after that. But, they showed something extra after that, they're planning on doing something. They're not going to leave the anime hanging like that. So, other than that one little tiny drawback, I do suggest watching Mirai Nikki. Next up, Nisemonogatari. Now, I really enjoyed Nisemonogatari because, it took off where Bakemonogatari exactly left off. There is no time lag or time displacement or 3 years in time. No, it's just, we left off right there, we're continuing from right there. Nisemonogatari. So, overall, I really enjoyed Nisemonogatari. It definitely feels more filler, but the Karen and Tsukihi arc in the Bakemonogatari light novels, it definitely did feel like a filler arc. It did explain more about Karen and Tsukihi, but it did have that filler kind of feeling. It wasn't like bad kind of filler, it's just like, okay, so we'll just explain more. And Nisemonogatari was definitely more comedic, more, let's see how much we can crank the animation in graphical awesomeness. And it became a lot more spicy and risque. Definitely became a lot more spicy and risque for Nisemonogatari. So overall, for those of you who did watch Bakemonogatari, I do recommend and do suggest watching Nisemonogatari. For those of you who didn't, watch Bakemonogatari and watch Nisemonogatari. Next up, Papa no Iu Koto wo Kikinasai, or Papa Kiki for short. Now, overall, my feel for Papa Kiki, the anime series, is just like, well, this is my personal opinion. Well, obviously. I sort of would recommend just heading straight into the light novels rather than checking out the anime. Now, don't get me wrong, the anime was good. The whole 12 episodes was based on the first volume. 12 episodes for one volume rather than 12 episodes for like 4 volumes. But anyways, yes, the 12 episode series, the music was quite well done. It was good, it was decent. I mean, it's not exactly my favorite kind of music, but it was well done. The animation was standard good, and the voice acting was good as well. But in terms of attraction and overall feel towards, I'm definitely saying I feel more towards Papa Kiki the light novels. Maybe because I read the light novels and I felt I was more attracted to that. But if you were to check out Papa Kiki, I would definitely recommend checking out the anime first, and then if the anime interests you, then go over to the light novels, because the light novels do a lot more better job in, well, of course, it's the source material. Papa Kiki. Next up, Persona 4 the animation. Let me start off by saying I gotta applaud AIC, for doing such an excellent job in taking Persona 4 the game and bringing it over, translating it into Persona 4 the anime. They did such an excellent job. So what did I like about Persona 4 the animation? The music. The music was awesome because it's Persona 4 music. The voice acting. They brought back all the original cast of Persona 4. What's not awesome about that? The animation. Absolutely awesome, because it's just like someone took the Persona 4 cutscenes and made them into one big anime. That's awesome! So, what else did I like about Persona 4 the animation? Basically, it's this overall, the overall animation itself, because Persona 4 the animation is the ideal, the best way of doing game to anime series. There is no way, there's no way that anyone can now say, oh yeah, game to anime suck. No, because Persona 4 proved that game anime series can be good and can be well done. I mean, any studio that were to do any kind of game and adapt it into an anime has to follow, or has to be able to try to live up to AIC and Persona 4's status, because Persona 4 the animation is the ideal, the pinnacle, the excellent way of doing game anime series. There is no way that, I can find, a bad point to this method, to the way that Persona 4 the animation was executed. I mean, yes, the anime didn't, fully show some scenes or some parts that are missing from, the anime that was in the game. But what do you expect? Those are minor parts that aren't really necessary. But overall, Persona 4 the animation, I loved it. I like it. It was excellent, and I do recommend checking it out. Also, despite getting the normal ending in Persona 4 the animation, we'll be getting a 26th episode, which will be getting us our true ending! Persona 4. Next up, Rinne no Lagrange. Now, Rinne no Lagrange really surprised me in that I really like this anime. It was more a comedic slice of life mecha action with schoolgirls. And I was just like, that is really weird. That's really unique. And what really took me off by surprise was that the animation was excellent. I mean, really excellent. Graphically, visually astounding. The voice acting was absolutely awesome. The opening, the ending, the background music, all of the music was excellent. But more so, I liked the opening because I love the funkalicious funk because I was doing the disco. because it was a really awesome opening. So, Rinne no Lagrange is actually one of the best Winter 2012 animes, in my opinion. Is one of, part of the best Winter 2012 animes. So, yeah, there's not much else I can say about Rinne no Lagrange other than how awesome it is. I'm looking forward to the second season to Rinne no Lagrange. So, would I recommend Rinne no Lagrange for you, the audience? Yes! Yes! Check it out! It is an awesomely entertaining series. Rinne no Lagrange. Disco time. Next up, Senki Zesshou Symphogear, otherwise known as Senhime Zesshou Symphogear. And it's one of, judging from my reaction, as you can see, it's one of those series. Overall, Symphogear is a mediocre anime. Mediocre to actually kind of bad, but more so mediocre. It had its inconsistencies, it had its flawed setting, and the characters were... the characters, I'm not even gonna get into that. But what I did like about Senki Zesshou Symphogear was the music. And you should only watch it for the music. If you can stand 12 episodes or 13 episodes of the same music over and over again. And the music was quite awesome. Music from Mizuki Nana. Well, there you go. That's what, really brought my attention. It's because of Mizuki Nana. What else? But yeah, overall, for Senki Zesshou Symphogear, you should only watch it for the music, or you can just go to YouTube and just listen to the Symphogear music. Do I recommend this anime? If you're curious, yes, otherwise stay away from it. Next up, Shakugan no Shana Finale, the third, final, the last season, SNS 3. Now, let me start by saying I will be making a Shakugan no Shana video concerning, the whole entirety as a series, because I sort of feel that I should. Because, well, it is my favorite series for the longest time. But concentrating only on Shakugan no Shana 3, the last season, what can I say? Well, it only took 7 years to finish! 7 years! Oh my god, I feel old now. 7 years of Shakugan no Shana. 7 years of obsessing over SNS. 7 years worth of dedicated time researching into Shakugan no Shana, looking into the darkness, into the blackest abyss, seeing what no man should ever see inside the depths of the internet. What can I say about Shakugan no Shana Finale? It's exactly what we got. It's exactly what we fans, as Shakugan no Shana fans, got. It was the last 8 volumes in 24 episodes. And, it wasn't, admittedly, it wasn't a 1-to-1 ratio, it wasn't exactly, yeah, we got everything in the series, in light novels, in the anime. There's some trimming here and there, and then there's some additions here and there, but overall, Shakugan no Shana Finale, for those of you who invested the time and have not watched it yet, you better watch it! You may as well watch it! It is your responsibility! For those of you who have not seen Shakugan no Shana yet, I do recommend it. I do recommend checking out the anime and then reading the light novels. Shakugan no Shana Finale, 7 years. And last up, Zero no Tsukaima F, also Finale, the fourth and final Zero no Tsukaima. What can I say about this series? Well, it only took 6 years in comparison to 7, but still 6 years of my time. So, overall, Zero no Tsukaima Finale, it was... what can you expect? No one really actually cares about Zero no Tsukaima. I mean, no one cares about how accurate it was. It's just like, okay, we got the general gist of Zero no Tsukaima. We got it. The voice acting was... it was Yuji and Shana. Kugumiya Rie and Satoshi Hino. And that's all there is. I mean, it was awesome seeing Louise again. And the animation, you can definitely see the improvement in animation over the years. 6 years worth of animation. And yes, Shakugan, not Shakugan no Shana, Zero no Tsukaima, sorry, it's almost as if the series are exactly the same and animated by the same people and have the same voice actors. But overall, Zero no Tsukaima, it's a mediocre series, it's a meh series. It was really fun with the first one, with the first season, and the second season, and then the third and the fourth were just like, meh. But overall, I do recommend checking out Zero no Tsukaima because it's a fun series. So that's it for Winter 2012. What can I say about it? It was awesome seeing the conclusion to a lot of awesome series, such as Persona 4, Shakugan no Shana, even Mirai Nikki. Despite the fact that it's sort of questionable and sort of not good at times, it was good seeing its questionable ending and conclusion. It was also awesome seeing, a bunch of niche animes that I didn't think were that good, but actually were pretty good, such as Rinne no Lagrange, Boku SS, Highschool DxD. I can't stop loving and saying how much I love Highschool DxD. If it was possible, I would totally love a second season to Highschool DxD. So, before I end this, let me say this. Winter Animes has always, for the most part, consistently and aesthetically, has always been a wrap-up season and the substream season. It has always been the substream underground series of animes, the niche animes. It doesn't exactly appeal to most people. A lot of people don't watch winter animes. Only certain people will watch a majority of them. So that's it for Winter 2012 Final Impressions. This is StormKing telling you to read some manga, watch some anime, and I'll see you in the next video.